What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of lukegtv, and I am your host, Luke G. So I guess what today's video is gonna be like, a few different things. I know there's been a lot of concerned people in the comments. I've been talking about very unorthodox methods, and I'm not even necessarily saying for sobriety. I'm kind of talking about my video. It's called Doing Heroin to Finally Get Off Methadone. It was kind of a joke, kind of not. I guess I'll just start with that. Yeah, that actually was a serious thought in my mind. I get frustrated because when I'm on methadone, I can't do a simple thing like go to my grandmother's cabin for the weekend to go visit her, because I have to go to the methadone clinic 6 days a week. And that can be really defeating and very frustrating sometimes. So my plan actually was just to, do some heroin for a few days and then do the switch over to Suboxone. Because if you want to switch over to Suboxone from methadone, you actually have to be like off methadone for a week, at least at the dose I'm at. Or other than that, I could, taper at a decent pace to 30 milligrams, and then you got to be without it for 3 days. So those were kind of my two options. I'm still on methadone right now, guys. I know I posted that video, Smoking Up an Active Addiction, where I was smoking meth. That video actually is like 3 months old, and I just decided to kind of post it randomly, and a friend of mine, he got kind of mad and said, this isn't what you're supposed to do on the channel. I completely understand that it was kind of a weird thing to post. But part of my channel also is like I post raw, real stuff too, like just shocking kind of stuff. That's part of what I think makes my channel unique to a lot of channels. And also, I don't, I can't lie and say I'm in recovery and I'm 100% sober when I'm not, and I haven't been. Actually for the last 2 weeks I've been off methadone. I've been off everything besides methadone. So I've been doing really good the past couple weeks. My job ended, so I'm looking for a job right now. So if anyone in the Minneapolis area has some work for me, I've been doing, paver patios, retaining walls, rock walls, any type of landscape construction work. I've been doing that for 10 years. So I can pretty much do anything like that. But other than that too, I've done plenty of concrete work, masonry, framing, carpentry, painting, sheetrock. So if anyone has any leads on that, please let me know. Another reason, you guys, it's been really, really hard for me to stay sober is, I don't know if many of you guys know this, but I'm facing 15 months in prison right now. I've made some videos about it in past videos. I have a couple domestic assaults. My first one was with my girlfriend. I've explained this in another video. I know you guys aren't going to believe me when I say this, but it was a fight. We were bickering back and forth at each other. I wanted to leave. She started slapping me. We were both very drunk. I pushed her off me just because she was slapping me. Didn't realize how hard I pushed her. She tripped, hit her face on the she hit her face on the sofa, and blood everywhere. Cops were called. What am I gonna do? I looked. Yeah, she tripped and hit the couch, guys. But that's actually what happened. The second one, I was in a crazy deep meth psychosis, and what happened? Oh yeah, so I was in meth psychosis. We were trying to go, down to get some dope to calm me down. Ended up going to the liquor store, tried to drink my psychosis away, and what ended up happening is I was just in psychosis, but I was blacked out. Came back to my house. I don't remember any of this. I'll post a video of it later. My dad filmed me, actually. And I guess I thought people were trying to get after me or whatever. So I guess I came home, pulled a knife on my dad, put the knife down, started wrestling with him a little bit. The neighbors saw something. The police were called. the cops get here, and my dad like wasn't thinking to not mention to the police, but he told them that I pulled the knife out and told them that I got in a scuffle. So actually, I was originally, sorry for the plane, guys. I live near an airport. He told the police that I pulled a knife out, and I'm like, Dad, are you serious? Come on. But you know what? At the end of the day, I gotta take accountability for my crazy actions, because I mean, whether it was purposeful or not, I mean, when I go on these psychosis trips on meth, it's really dangerous, you guys. I have, I've done some crazy stuff on psychosis. Like, I was in a psych ward once, and I literally, like, scaled the top of the psych ward. And, yeah, it was crazy, man. I like, scaled it, and, like, the whole, like, um, hospital staff were like trying to get me down because I was like up on the ceiling, and like I literally thought people were after me. So, you know, and these psychosis trips I went into would just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Um, so it's just, who knows what I could have done if I was that, you know. And then my third charge. This is all just some crazy dope fiend shit. It is unbelievable. My third charge, meth psychosis once again. I forget what happened. Oh yeah, I just did I did a big shot of it, I think. I did like a 1/4 gram shot of meth, and I didn't have any dope or heroin. I didn't have any alcohol. I didn't have any benzos. And my rule of thumb is, if I do meth, I need to have some sort of benzo just in case I get a little too crazy. Or Seroquel. Seroquel actually really helps you guys if you ever go through meth psychosis, because what it is it's an antipsychotic, which combats paranoid schizophrenia. So, and essentially what meth psychosis is, it's like a mini episode of paranoid schizophrenia, except it's induced by meth. So I didn't have any of those things at my disposal. My heart, and also I felt like I was having a heart attack, and I was out of my medication. I'm prescribed Klonopin. So I called the paramedics on myself. They show up, and I specifically worded it, I can't breathe, I'm having chest pain, so the police didn't come. I didn't say anything about drugs, because if you mention drugs, the police will come. So anyways, they get here. I try telling them, like, listen guys, I'm going through paranoid, I'm going through delusions. I'm having, at first I kind of worded it as, like, what did I say? I kind of said, I was like, yeah, you know what, like, I feel like I'm having a heart attack right now, guys. I didn't want to bring up the drugs right away. I was like, this has happened before. I'm prescribed Klonopin, and I ran out of my prescription, and like, I'm just going crazy right now. And these guys were just taking their sweet time. They wouldn't even drive me to the hospital because of COVID, I guess. So they're taking their sweet time. I'm like, hey, listen, you guys, we got to get rolling. Like, I'm freaking out right now. And they're like, well, hey, listen, man, you're the one who called us, so we're gonna do the right job, okay? So just, you're on our time, basically, is what he said. He was a real dick about it too. And I was just sitting there just terrified. I'm like, man, if we can't get going in the next couple seconds, like next couple minutes, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna get out of this thing. And he's like, just wait, just, be a little more patient, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude. So anyways, couple minutes go by. He's just lollygagging still, and I'm like, dude, I need my medication now, or I'm gonna like flip a lid. So I was like, dude, you know what? I'm over it. I'm just getting out of here. So I tried getting out of there. The dude just aggressively tackles me, puts me on the gurney, straps me down, and I'm going through these delusions. Like, I'm thinking anyone could, this is all a setup. I'm thinking, I literally, like, I thought, like, I'll keep it 100. I thought the dude, he was against me. So, hold on, there's people outside. One second. I don't like doing these videos in front of people. But anyways, yeah, man. So I, I literally, this is just so embarrassing. I really hate even saying it. These guys were strapping me down. I'm kicking. I'm like, I was like, help me, help me. I thought it was all just like, I thought for somehow like a gang stalking unit was after me. They swapped out the ambulance, and these dudes were like working for like Big Brother or something. And I thought they were like gonna rape me or do some weird shit to me when I was strapped on that gurney. And I was kicking with all my might, and I was like, dude, I need my medication. Help me, help me. And I'm screaming. And these dudes are like putting their elbows into my neck. I couldn't breathe. I'm like, dude, I can't breathe. Like, I was like, let me go. Like, dude, like, I cannot breathe. And in that tussle, I ended up biting them. Then the police were called. Then off to Hennepin County Jail I went. Or no, actually, I went to HCMC. I went to, I was handcuffed to the bed, and I was at HCMC, and they finally gave me some, it took like 6 different doses of benzos, like 4 different doses of antipsychotics before I finally calmed down. And I was like, shit. I was like, so I was like, I'm feeling pretty good now. Can I go home? And he said, oh, you ain't going home. I'm like, why? I was like, I was like, I literally called the ambulance for help. And he's like, you're going to Hennepin County Jail. I'm like, what? For what? And he said 4th degree felony assault on an EMT. And I'm like, are you freaking serious, man? So I'm like, dude, really, man? Like, this is my 3rd felony in the last year for assault. And it was all literally the dumbest shit ever. Like, so dumb. Like, waste of felonies. Like, really, like, I always envisioned, like, I've always been a DWI, like, drug. But, once again, they sent me to treatment again. And, you know, when I was in there, they detoxed me off my methadone. Like, they actually let you take methadone in Hennepin County now, which is really nice. So, like, they detoxed me for like 3 weeks, like 3 milligrams a day, which it was a little uncomfortable, but it wasn't actually that bad. Like, believe me, if you've seen my cold turkey detox video, then you know, or you just know. So, anyways, I get out of jail, and I mean, it's like, dude, I really want to do good. I do. But it's like, you know, they they wanted to send me to RS Eden, and it's like I gotta go somewhere in Hennepin County because I'm on Hennepin County probation. And honestly, you guys, it's too easy for me to get dope here. Like, if I want to be sober, like my first couple years, like I need to move out of the Twin Cities, point blank. Like, if I want to be 100% sober, you know, like right now, I'm like, I've been sober for 2 weeks, but it wouldn't be uncommon for me to probably go use if the opportunity presented itself. But, you know, eventually I need and want to be 100% sober. And like my first year or two in sobriety, like I can't do it in Minneapolis. It's way too easy for me to get heroin here. It's too easy. Um, you know, and last year I was at this place called Kinnick Falls. Great place. And I went to treatment at Waverly, New Beginnings. And I did great in both of those programs. Like, I felt good. I started working out, got my size up. You know, I didn't even really have any money, but I was sober. I felt good about myself, and like things were really on the up and up. And so I go to this halfway house in Kinnick Falls, which is in River Falls, Wisconsin. And I was doing great. Got back into landscaping, doing what I know, working out, eating right. Was in a relationship that I was happy with at the time. You know, probably wasn't ready to be in that relationship at that very moment. But you know, I regret a lot of things. You know, she was a really nice girl. I miss her a lot. And, you know, there was just a lot of things on my end that I could have done way better at, and, you know, whatever, vice versa. But, you know, and I really wanted to stay out there. That was my whole point, is, I really liked that little town, and I was doing great there. But I couldn't do it because of my probation. And it's just like, you know, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, you know? And I know it's not really their job to like cater to my needs and my sobriety, but it's like shit, you know? I mean, they should do that. If they, like, the whole point of probation is to reintegrate people into society. And so anyways, I guess my whole point of this is like, it's been hard for me to stay sober because I got 15 months over my head in prison. You know, and my PO wants to violate me, and he said he most likely is gonna violate me, and I don't understand it, you know. And I haven't told anyone this, but I'm telling you guys this, and this is why it's been hard for me to stay sober and clean. You know, and I'm working on getting into a sober house right now, because the environment I'm in, it just, you know, I mean, it's, and I'm not putting it on anyone else. It's totally 100% my issue. But for me, I need to be in a different environment, you know, to stay clean. So I'm looking into sober houses right now. I'm doing better, guys. You know, not perfect, but I've been clean for 15 days now off, you know, off everything besides methadone. So, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm trying. And I just wanted to let you guys know that's where I'm at. And that's kind of why I've been back and forth. And that's why I haven't been making videos on recovery, because I'd feel like a liar if I was. You know, there's a lot of YouTube channels that they say they're in recovery, they say this, they say that, and it's all just so they have content, but they're not really sober. So I just want to show, I mean, this is my journey. And, you know, when I get done doing my time and I'm out of treatment, show you guys my journey then too. And you got, like, my first 100 subscribers are going to be like, damn, yeah, I rode with him in the beginning and I saw him go from this to that. So I thank you guys so much for rocking with me from the beginning. You know, if you guys could donate, that'd be amazing. I'm saving up for a new laptop right now. I'll post my Cash App in the bottom, but don't feel obligated to do that, obviously. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. I just wanted to tell you where I'm at, and I'm out. Peace.